In the used motors. 1 minute things are making mad money and the next they're shedding their value like dandruff. But never, in all my years, have I ever come across anything as weird as this. Apparently the latest hot property on the motor market is the second-hand Lada.
Prices of the lowest form of motoring life are heading for the stratosphere, and demand is tearing away at an ever-dwindling supply.
But why? Well, since the fall of the wall, thousands of these things have been repatriated. Ladas are flying home like MiG-21s, back to the former USSR.
We tried to buy one. We combed the ads, we scoured the forecourts. We were Lada-less.
But concealed in the classifieds, we finally found one. A Riva, K-Reg, 24,000 miles, but we had to give all the money for it, a whopping 1,500 quid, and it's got a ruined gearbox and an MOT measured in minutes rather than months. But that doesn't worry me, because the Russians will literally buy anything, and if I've done my sums right, there's a 500 quid pot of tea in this. So what am I going to do with my leprous Lada? I am going to drive this abomination all the way to Hull.
And why drive from the Midlands to Hull? Well, since 1973, it's been the port of entry for this and every other Lada. So there's a certain poignancy in returning it from whence it came. It's also where Ladas fetch the most money, because last year alone, 40,000 of them were packed off for some perestroika.
Now let's get one thing straight. This is a truly hateful, hateful car. The Riva was based on the Fiat 124 of the 60s, and we are talking medieval technology here. It makes a noise like a tin tray full of crockery. It has all the get-up and go of a Russian general in full ceremonial regalia. It is slow, it is noisy, it is cramped, it is quite simply hideous. And I'm very, very glad it's going to Russia. Good luck. We're now 170 miles into our journey. I feel like the living dead. My head is splitting, my back aches. I hate this car more than I think I've hated any other object in my entire life. To see the back of this will be just the most wonderful experience in my life. Cars like this just should not be allowed. I'm intimidated by lorries. I'm petrified by other motorists. I'm scared that it's going to break down. The gauges tell me nothing. I've used 2 whole tanks of petrol because I have to keep my foot welded to the floor to get this miserable little contraption to go. I could see it in hell.
It was a long night, but with dawn came hope and Hull. Soon I'd be saying goodbye to my cheerless companion. Here, Ladas have a price on their head.
Russians love them. It's their care, and the people over there, they want them back, and we can't do enough for them to send them back.
But what is it about a Lada that the Russians like?
It's basic, so simple, so easy to repair. Bits aren't expensive. And they'll run till they'll drop. They will take anything. I mean, they'll take a bare shell. If the shell's a good shell, they will take the shell and make it into a car. It's just unreal.
And if the shell's no good, it's lobbed overboard. On the long voyage home, Russian sailors will take 2 bad cars and make 1 good. Local fishermen have been snagging their nets on some pretty strange catches of late. But that's not the only dodgy business going on.
Remember that for you to take a car over there, it's just a no-no. You just don't do that. You've got to go through their system. And their system is where the mafia need a handful of dollars, and everybody else needs a handful of dollars through the system. But for you to actually try and get there and do that, you just wouldn't know where to start.
Oh dear. How then am I going to offload my Lada?
If you really want to sell your Lada, and you're serious, I'll introduce you to Mr. Lada, Alex, friend of ours, a Russian. He can't get enough of them.
We arranged to meet Alex, the mystery Russian, on the docks. Not the best place to be counting cash, so it was with some trepidation that I cruised the quayside. But I needn't have worried. Alex turned out to be a fresh-faced entrepreneur with a Western attitude to business.
So, Alex, you're the man who's going to buy my Lada, yes?
Yes, if the price is correct. Depends on price.
If the price is right. How many do you take to Russia?
Well, usually I come in once a month, buying 60 to 70 and take them back.
60 to 70? A month? Yeah. And how long does it take you to sell that many cars in Russia?
Well, not too long. Last time we had 46 cars. It took us 3 days to sell them.
What about the mafia?
Oh, I'm not talking about them. Sorry.
You don't want to talk about that?
No.
Is it bad?
It is.
But it can't be that bad, because Alex will double his money on every car he buys. But how much for mine?
It's good driving, a wonderful car, lovely car. I need £2,000.
After some serious horse trading, we shook on 1750. Alex was happy, I was ecstatic, and the Lada, it went off to await its fate.
Who would have thought it, eh? I've actually made some wedge out of a Lada. Okay, only 250 quid, but to drive the thing from Birmingham to Hull, that's not a bad day's work. And it's a drive I'm never going to forget. But you know something? What we're looking at here is an endangered species, because there are more going out than there are coming in, which means that one day we'll be rid of the things completely. Tonight, mine will be loaded on that, with 75 others, and packed off to St. Petersburg. All I can say is, goodbye, baby, and amen.